a feeling I digressed earlier. I was talking about when I worked as a waitress in a private members club, when I very first saw burlesque striptease. I had seen striptease in pubs, but I had never seen real burlesque striptease as I did in that club. One day, one of the girls didn't show up, because people always say, how'd you get started? This is it. One of the girls didn't show up, and in those days, if somebody didn't show up, you had one girl an hour, so you would notice it. And one of the customers, which, just so you know, we often call customers punters, same as cab drivers call them punters. Don't get offended, people. It's just another bit of terminology. People get it wrong sometimes. They wonder what that means. It just means a customer. So one of the customers, punters, I was serving him his lunch, and he said, hey Joe, why don't you get up on that stage? I said, you dirty old man, you just want to see my tits. And he said, well, yeah. And I said, well, put your money where your mouth is, and sauntered off back to the kitchen, feeling like a bit holier than thou, I think. Unbeknownst to me, while I'm in the kitchen getting more food, this guy, who was a bit like a nutty professor, he looked like the guy out of Back to the Future, he went up to the guy behind the bar, Nico, and asked him for a jug or something, and Nico gave him a pewter tankard, huge pewter tankard. It's there in my head. And he put a tenner himself in the tankard, and he himself went up to the other guys in the club. There were 8 men in there altogether. People used to go to those kind of clubs long before your spearmint rhinos. They used to go there for business deals. So they would take someone with them, and they, you know, they're having lunch, they're looking at beautiful girls doing amazing shows, and that's how you make the deal. So he got everybody to match his tenner. So there was £80 in this pewter tankard. So I come out, and he says, here you go. And I went, oh shit. Called my bluff. Okay, so what am I going to do? Had to do it. I went up to the DJ, and I said, Tom, what do I do? And he said, oh, you just get up on stage and dance around and take your clothes off. Like it was easy. Tom didn't know much. And I still don't remember what I was wearing. We used to wear kind of black and white, very waitressy, probably a skirt and a blouse. I have no recollection. I do know that I got up on stage and danced around like a maniac, like disco diva, like I was in a club. Woo! I think my clothes fell off me. I don't think I actually took them off. Even though I'd watched the girls, I was like, oh. And I'd chosen 3 tracks, because that's what they used to work to, 3 tracks. First track, just danced. Second track, some of my clothes got taken off, and then usually by the 3rd track you would take your bra off somewhere beginning and middle of the 3rd track, and the idea was that you took your knickers off. It was full nudity. People think it wasn't, but it was full nudity. Good old Westminster. And I took my knickers. You were meant to take your knickers off kind of a minute 30 seconds, is what most girls did, before the final end of the final track. So I get up there, first thing, dancing. Second one, yeah, I'm pretty sure some of my clothes came off. 3rd track, bra came off. Dance. Music finishes, and I've still got my knickers on. And I remember going, oh! And I pulled them off in a really ungainly, unattractive manner, which I hope I've never done since, and held them in my hand and went, thank you very much, and ran off stage. They all thought it was amazing. I didn't really care. I was shaking afterwards. I wasn't shaking before. I wasn't nervous, I just, bam, I did it. But I was really shaking afterwards, but that was adrenaline. The thing was, I had 80 quid in my hot, sticky hand, and I just thought, oh, maybe I could do this. So I talked to a lot of the other dancers, and they said, yeah, why not? Gave me lots of tips, lots of advice. Lots of them lent me little bits of costumes and stuff, told me where to get costumes or how to put your own together. And I started going for auditions and getting gigs. In those days, most of the places, they paid you £6 to £8 a spot, not 80 quid. But when I started out, I maybe had 2 or 3 spots. I was still waitressing, I was doing the spots in the evening. And then as I got well known and quite popular, luckily, I was sometimes doing up to 10 spots a night. So yeah, that's how I got started, all on a dare and a whim. And I always say I fell into it sideways. And I'm so glad I did, because it's been fantastic. There you go. See you later.